let me tell you why Canon is right to release the Canon EOS R5 right now in the market, not to wait 1 year or 2 years to fix the problem before releasing. A lot of people say that Canon is wrong to launch the EOS R5 when there is so much problem with the EOS R5, overheating there, and the camera is not ready yet. At the same time, Sony launched a camera where it's ready, the camera where people need. All those points are correct. Before I make my first point, I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about the giveaway that I'm making. This mini tripod that I'm giving away. Simple thing you have to do, One is subscribe to my channel, and second, like this video. And by end of August, I'm gonna announce the winner. Just simple things. Like the video and subscribe to my channel. And the first thing that I want is kind of to understand about Canon and Sony and why Canon is right to launch the EOS R5 now, is that Canon taking a risk, but Sony is playing safe. In 2-3 years, Canon, the EOS R5 will be in a position where it will deliver the full potential of this camera. 1-2 years, I'm giving you that prediction, 2 year maximum. The Sony A7S III will be at that moment all the camera, and people will be turning toward the Canon EOS R5. Do you know why? So let's explain the why. One thing that captured our imagination as soon that Canon launched the EOS R5 was 8K, right? Whether you are a Canon fan or Sony fan, does no matter. When we hear the 8K, everybody was curious about wow. And that's when I think Canon is ahead. Right now, people think that, no one needs 8K. We don't need the 8K, why 8K, and so. But the possibility that the 8K gives you, there is no equivalent on that. So 1 or 2 years, 8K will be the trending one. And Canon will be in a position to have the technology in terms of the camera to be able to shoot 8K without overheating, without all those kind of issues. Because Canon will figure out the solution for that. So that is one important point. So the biggest downside of the Canon EOS R5 is the overheating. Right now I'm shooting with the EOS R5, right? But I know that I'm shooting also 8K because I want to take the high quality image as possible. But the issue is that it will overheat so quickly. And when it's overheat, for example, for 8K, I have about 20 minutes of recording, and after the overheat, and then you have the camera shut down, and you have to wait at least 2 hours to get the amount of the minute that you need it. And also the same thing if you're shooting 4K 120 frames per second or 4K high quality as well, you overheat. So that is the downside. And I really believe that Canon is right now working in a solution to find out, to resolve that issue of overheating. In a year or two, Canon will find a solution for the overheating. So this camera is not going to overheat. Everybody that has the EOS R5, or everybody going to turn on to the EOS R5 because they will have the high quality resolution that they can get in terms of the video and also in terms of the picture. So have that in mind. One thing that really you need to understand is that yes, the EOS R5 has a problem of overheating. And yes, Canon put it out. But one thing that Canon done that I think is really smart is that to put the camera out now so that Canon can get feedback from people. Because people will tell you how to fix things. People like us that are using the Canon EOS R5 will tell Canon what are the problems. So then from now, Canon is already working on finding the solutions. So when the Canon EOS R5, let's say Mark II, will come out, Canon will know the solution at all. All the problem will be done. But the time where the Sony gonna get into the 8K, they will be facing the problem where Canon facing now. So that's why it's really smart from Canon to put the EOS R5 right now in the market, so that, people can tell them what needs to be fixed. Where are you from?
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Man's from the east.
You're from the East Ender?
Yeah.
Yeah.
East Ender.
Yeah, East
Well,
Ender.
the western side.
And you're from Birmingham?
Birmingham.
And you're from
Birmingham.
Birmingham too?
Used to London.
Okay. How do you find London?
I hate London, man.
You hate
Too
London?
busy.
Really?
Too much traffic. Too busy.
Yeah.
Make sure you give me the fucking YouTube subscriber. What you got?
Yeah.
What's your YouTube?
The EOS R5 is not just about 8K and also like a 4K high quality, but you have a different format as well. So you have like a standard 4K as well as such that you have full HD, and the standard 4K. The downside of that, you will not be able to shoot like 120 frames per second. The maximum that you can shoot is 60 frames per second. I mean, yeah, I think that's a little bit the downside. Maybe Canon can fix it. So it starts getting dark in London. Let me just tell you what time is it now. Oh yeah, it's quarter to 9, and I mean usually when it starts getting darker, cameras struggle because there's no light. But with the EOS R5, so you have like the bracket of the ISO, you have from 100 to 51,000 or something like that. So you can play with that. So now I just bump a little bit of ISO, and can you see? It's 8K, whatever the ISO it is. So I'm just gonna write it now in the screen. So that's the ISO. I think it's 800. Yeah, it's 800 ISO. And so yeah, ISO is good. Canon always been good in low light, and the EOS R5 doesn't disappoint in that regard. Compared to R6, apparently R6, because the megapixel is a little bit smaller from the R6. The R6 is better in terms of low light than the EOS R5, but still the EOS R5 is top. It's not quite like the Sony one, but it's not far away from that too. Yeah, I'm still trolling London, so let's keep going, and then we see later when even the sun completely disappear, we can see how much of the ISO can play on it or not. So guys, we have only 30 seconds left before the camera shut down, the problem with the overheating. So I just want to conclude this video, and I hope that you like it. If you like it, please like this video and also subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed yet. And from me, I always just say to you, Hakuna Matata, stay safe, stay protected, and look after yourself. I'm going to see you in my next video. Ciao for now, and bye.